Today we're going to cook one of my favorite breakfasts, the simple 1-egg omelet. This is something I cook a lot for my son and I. The girls, they don't eat the omelets. So I have a routine in the morning, and this is a very common thing. What I do is I'll put this skillet on the very lowest setting, and it only works in this size pan. It wants to go very slow. I'll go make myself a cup of coffee, and I'm going to come back, take 1 egg, just 1 whipped egg. I'm going to take a stick of butter after the pan is hot and just swirl it around in here just to coat the bottom of the pan. And I'm just going to pour that in there. Like I said, this is very low heat. Get it level. I'm just going to let it sit there. I'm not going to touch it. And just a little bit of salt, pepper. And I like mine with a little fresh Parmesan grated right in there. Adds a little salt to it, a little creaminess. Just a few shavings. And I'm not going to tuck it in. You can see how the outside of the egg is starting to firm up around the sides here. It takes just a minute, but you don't really need to mess with it. This is kind of the whole point of the 1-egg omelet, is you just let it sit there, and we're just going to let it firm up to where it's not, see it's still kind of running in here. This is cooking a little more. If that's happening, you just move the pan up a little bit, and that'll get the heat back on this side. And the size, it has to be this size pan. I mean, you could do it in a bigger pan, but you can't do more eggs in this pan. If you did more eggs, this method wouldn't work. You'd have to tuck it in and fold it. And just looking for this thing to set up. See here, it's still a little runny, but here it's looking good. You just kind of have to be patient and stand here. This is not an egg that you can walk away from. But we want this to just be cooked enough so that the heat will carry it over, and it's still going to be a little soft inside. And just kind of check it. See, still almost there. A little bit of runny left. You know, it seems very simple, and it is, but it really is about patience and knowing when to cut it off. And I'm going to say that's about now. So to finish it off, you're just going to roll it. Just dump it over, over. And then we're just going to slide it, let it roll right onto the plate. Wow, look at that. Finish it with a little bit of green onion, a little bit of sea salt. Or you can put extra cheese on it if you like, but we already have cheese in it. But if you like a lot of cheese, and you can put that on top. And this, if you let it sit there, it's going to continue to cook just a little bit. But remember, when you cut into it, just ever so slightly, how that just is creamy and oozes like that. Just enough to barely touch the plate. It's a little wet. It's just so delicate and rich, silky. It's just a very sexy egg. That's the perfect egg.